I got 2 of the stands, fancy stands.
I don't care. I just know.
So I didn't. People already walking through the backdrop. Guy acts like he owns the damn place. This is the Bottleneck Live Show. I'm Mikey Waynes. This is DQ, and we are live from Not Spikes.
Not Spikes. We're at Not Iron Man, Not Spikes.
We're at the Not Iron Man that's not Iron Man. I'm gonna butcher that so many times this weekend. It's not even funny.
I know.
But it is what it is. This is the Hoosier GNCC, and if you live in the state of Indiana, you know exactly what a Hoosier is. Do you think this upsets Purdue graduates?
No.
No. You think they're okay with it?
They probably have no idea what any of this is.
No, that's not true. Hunter Maddox is probably...
Ooh, that's a good point. Okay, farmer Purdue people,
yeah.
Maybe, but like the smart... I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness. You know, we're going to get kicked out of here. I think Maddie Shaver
They all
Sam,
went to...
They're all Purdue graduates.
They're not mad, I can assure you.
How did we not name this the Boilermaker GNCC? That's my question.
Because this isn't Lafayette or West Lafayette.
It's right smack dab in sort of the middle. Not really.
Right. Yeah.
We're definitely a little closer to Lafayette.
Yeah, it's good though. I think Hoosier's more of a broad term. Boilermaker would be just Purdue. Hoosier is all of Indiana and the school.
Hoosier refers to a person from the state of Indiana, for those that may not know.
This is really educational and boring. Can we talk about something funny?
Right? Well, you know what? I'm 4 glasses of bourbon in, so it should be a good show. That's what happens when you come here. I enjoyed a whole mess of fish.
A whole mess of fish. I'm still trying to figure out what that consists of.
Well, that's the proper mathematical term for a lot of fish that you eat.
Okay.
Mess of fish.
I like it. I
Is
do
that
like
right?
it.
Stu Baylor will join the show. He can weigh in on this in a little bit.
He'll have all kinds of
because he's an
terms
avid
we've never
fisher.
heard of. Yeah.
So want to thank the sponsors. We have tonight's Tom's Marine Sales and Service for hosting us. Your Central Indiana Polaris dealer. We are surrounded by some amazing machines. Take a look at them. They're beautiful behind DQ here.
That is a sweet sport from 850.
I'm telling you, the thing is, they're all sold. They're all sold. If it's on the show floor, it's all sold. And I think that's the case with every dealership.
That's how we've got like 6 bikes on our showroom floor and a dirt bike right now. It is crazy.
A dirt bike.
A dirt
so you actually mentioned that earlier. If you're in the market for like a 450 gas,
you're in luck.
They've got one. Act fast. Act now.
No, I mean literally. Like we had a 350 gas this morning. It sold. I think there's another one being built, but that's the only dirt bike that we have new right now.
It happens.
It is crazy.
It happens. So, hey, do us a favor. We know it's a Friday night. We don't expect a lot of views tonight. Special show. Do us a favor. Hit that share button if you're watching the show. Share it to your timeline. We'll spread the word a little bit out here at Ironman Raceway. Want to thank our sponsors, Phoenix Handlebars. You can check them out, phoenixhandlebars.com. Of course, 9-2 Crew. I got those on.
Oh, hey, you didn't have to give yours away yet. Nice.
No, I've actually been able to hang on to those for a while.
Impressed.
And then, of course, Sickwicks. You can check those guys out. I'm wearing a Sickwicks hat this evening.
I've got the Sickwicks, the 500 Apple candle. I've been using it. It's awesome.
So Aaron Bannister, owner of Sickwicks, actually came to the Loretta's area qualifier last weekend. Gave us a whole bag of swag.
A whole mess of swag.
A whole mess of swag. Some really cool stuff. He gave us a bunch of like youth shirts, a slew of candles. Some car air fresheners.
Oh, nice.
A lot of things. So we'll have some giveaways probably when we get back to some normal shows. But he gave us the whole kit and caboodle.
Nice.
There's another one. Of course, Magna One Motorsports. Shout out and thanks to those guys.
They're here somewhere. I figured they'd be poking around.
They've got a rig over there for Lucas.
Yeah, that trailer's to haul his race car.
That's fantastic.
That's really cool.
So do you have to haul that home?
Yeah.
So you got to hook that up to the back of the home and go.
Yeah, we're going to be like 90 feet going down the road. But
so,
I know where you're going with this.
Well, no, I was going to say a friend of mine that I work with at Toyota at Supercross. He lives in Florida now. Lived in Colorado. He said it is not uncommon in Florida to see a guy hauling a trailer, hauling a boat, and a car on the back of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to have my car on the back of that and one of these Polarises.
Completely illegal. Oh, you're going to throw a Polaris?
Yeah, we're going to put that on the back too.
Why not? What the hell?
We only got we're close to home, so we can haul all kinds of stuff.
Hell yeah.
No, I was going to say that I got a little angry the other day. I thought I told you about this with the FedEx truck driver. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Oh, boy. So I walk out of the shop, and Adam, our dock kid that helps with unloading stuff, the FedEx guy is there giving him a hard time. The FedEx driver with the semi, right?
Sure.
Refused to back into our loading dock because it was too difficult.
Bullshit.
I walked out there. I was like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "I can't back in here. If I hit something, it'll be my fault." I'm
No,
like, "Well, that's
come
the point."
Yeah.
I was like, "If you can't drive a truck, you shouldn't be a truck driver," and that sent him off the rails.
Really?
It was ugly. We were screaming, and yelling at each other in the parking lot. It was good
Good
stuff.
Lord, you are white trash.
Oh, dude, I know. But then I can just take it back to the blah blah blah, and you can come get it. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude. It's not that hard to back in here. My motorhome is longer than your truck. It's a day cab and a short single axle trailer, bud. Like, come on.
That's the thing. I mean, let's be honest. He's got to think about his audience that he's arguing with. Okay, I am driving a box truck, essentially, I'm assuming, or maybe a Sprinter.
Yeah.
And backing it up, and he's arguing with guys that.
No. This was the semi.
Oh, well, regardless. But my point stands.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You wanna complain? Drive a rig at the top of John Penton.
Duh.
There you get, try that, and then tell me how good you are.
Or any of them, but
yeah,
it was just hilarious. I was so mad. Like I was, like
God,
it said. I don't know why I got so mad about it, but oh man, it was great stuff.
Happens.
It was great stuff.
Also, want to give a big shout out and thank you to Fly Racing. I got the Fly Racing.
Yeah, you do. Nice work.
Came full force. You got the Magna 1. I
got
Fly.
You got the
9.2.
All we need is some Phoenix handlebars.
I know. We need some Phoenix
handlebars. We need to put Phoenix grips on the microphones.
That's a brilliant idea, actually. We could probably, cut the bottom off of them.
Yeah.
Put them up. I like that.
Yeah.
Also, I want to give a shout out. I don't know if Wifey shot you the text. I don't know if you saw.
I have not. Well, my phone's broke, remember?
Oh, that's right. Forgot. DQ's phone is broke. More on that in a moment. My wife, she left work a little early yesterday to visit her mom and dad at the nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott Eckerman stopped by Price Vision Group. And I don't think that violates HIPAA. Let's say it's an unrelated reason that he stopped by Price Vision.
Okay.
And it was in all honesty. But he dropped off a box.
Oh, no.
And so this morning, Aaron got to the office. The girls at the office sent her a picture. Hey, this guy dropped you off a box. I don't know what it is, but some guy came in and dropped off a box. So Aaron texted me this morning a picture of $400.
In ones?
$2 bills.
Oh, what? Where did
you get those? Bills.
Jeez.
So I'm assuming those are just for us to kind of give away on the show. I don't really know yet. So we got to talk.
We're gonna have to talk to Mr. Eckerman on that. Yeah, I can only imagine. Usually it's in ones. Like he'll show up with like a stack of ones. He's like, here, give these to people to enter the race.
But my favorite part of that was all the girls in the office this morning as Aaron opens a box. It's $400 and $2 bills, and they're like, why the hell is that man dropping off $400 and $2 bills to you? And she's like, mind your business.
Yeah. We got stuff going.
We have things going.
That's awesome.
So shout out to him.
Yes,
so thank you for that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure out what we're supposed to do with it, and we'll do it.
Yeah. So tune in coming episodes.
You might win $400 and $2 bills.
And honestly, if they're like the $1 bills, what was cool about them?
Was like 25.
They were $25 at a time, $1 bills. And they were like in numerical order as far as the serial numbers or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
On the dollar.
Did you see the award he brought for the pit bike race a couple years ago? He made the Monster Million out of uncut $1 bill. I don't know where this guy gets his crazy money, but he's got some wild dollar bill stuff, I guess.
I'm about
He's probably making it.
Probably.
That's
possible.
It's all fake.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, should we jump into it?
I guess. What do we want to talk about? They're not running the hill, so what do we got to talk about?
Nothing. Jared Bolton, Ryan Eccles. We're pissed.
Yeah.
We're pissed. This is the not Ironman that is called the Hoosier GNCC. We've never raced here outside of the Ironman for a GNCC.
True.
Correct. So it should be wild. Should be interesting.
It'll be good.
Do you want to bring someone in?
Yeah, bring him in. I don't care.
Who do you want?
Take
Who do you
pick.
want? We got to do one at a time. Liam, you're staring at me. Come here. Liam Draper is going to join the show. We'll turn that on. We'll throw those on your ears, and we'll powwow about dirt scooters. Liam and I have been friends all week long.
Yeah, you guys did radio and all kinds of stuff.
We did the Liam Draper. Turn that on.
I did already.
Okay, your money. DQ is on it.
About to knock the table.
Liam Draper.
My knees caught.
I think everybody out there knows who the hell you are. For those that may not know who the hell you are, who the hell are you? Does that make sense?
I'm a
Larceny. Try some today. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
GNCC bike racer.
Hold that
I guess.
mic up to your mouth. Come on, act like you've been here before, damn it.
GNCC bike racer, I guess you could say. Dirt bike professional athlete.
Athlete, yeah.
All of the above.
Athlete. From New Zealand.
Yes, yeah.
All right, we're not on the radio anymore, so we don't have to church it up. Let's talk about New Zealand versus Australia. We did a radio interview earlier this week, and I kind of joked about, I said, the talent runs deep in New Zealand, and we've had riders from New Zealand and Australia, and I could see in Liam's facial expression and body language, he was like, F Australia. So what is
Pretty
that
much.
about? Like, put it in perspective for people here in the States.
I mean, it is a confliction between Australia and New Zealand. It's a
I mean,
love-hate relationship.
does one country have more kangaroos than another? I mean, is that where the...
No, we don't have any kangaroos. We got nothing that'll kill you.
Really? So
run
New Zealand's
barefoot
much
through
better
the woods.
place.
Yeah.
New
Oh,
Zealand
yeah.
is the place. Like if you go anywhere, New Zealand.
We
is
got
the
sheep.
place.
Well, I'm aware of the sheep. We can talk more about...
I thought I'd just throw it out there before Stu comes
I was
on
gonna...
there.
Sue,
It's gonna come up.
You actually, on the back of your helmet, someone painted, it says Draper in the back, and instead of putting the vowels in your name, I believe it is 2 sheep. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
That is correct. Yep. No, I thought I'd just start off and throw it out there before Stu comes on.
Yeah, he's gonna drill you about
Oh,
sheep. There's
yeah.
no doubt about
Yeah.
that.
I live with him, and he managed to find some sheep and stuck them to the roof of my bedroom.
Oh, he didn't get you like live sheep?
They
Well,
were
he
alive.
tried. No.
Do they have sheep in South Carolina? Or is that just like an Indiana?
I think his uncle actually had some on his farm.
Some sheep on
Yeah.
Stu's farm. Oh my God, his uncle had them. Well, man, tell us. So you race XC2. Season kind of some ups and downs for you. We'll talk more joking manner, but I mean, how's the season going for you this year?
Yeah, it's going okay. It's full of ups and downs. Definitely not the way I wanted it to start.
Sure.
But going from last race, I am in a positive mindset.
Yeah.
Led the majority of the race and just had a silly mistake on my part, stuck in a mud hole, which I believe cost me the win.
Sure.
So hopefully Ironman treats me well.
It's not the Iron Man.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not the
the
Iron
Hoosier.
Man, but it is an Iron. That's the confusing
Oh,
part. is
believe
it's-
me.
We're gonna
It's
have a
not
lot of
the
fans
Iron
come
Man.
here going to walk down that hill and be disappointed.
and be like, "What in the f?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So not running
Never
the hill.
coming back.
Yeah. Right.
Is there another hill you guys have? Were you able to walk the track today? You guys got to do that
Ken
tomorrow,
Hill.
right?
Just Ken Hill.
Just Ken Hill. No, Ken's not here this
Ken's
weekend.
not here either. There's no
Hopefully-
hill at Iron Man.
Hopefully-
Twin
at
Hills.
all.
Oh, you
but
don't
we
have
go
the
down.
comments section up in your phone.
I don't have anything.
Well,
My
yeah, we
phone
got-
doesn't work.
Oh, that's right. DQ's phone broke. Well, I can't do it on mine, so we got no clue what people are saying out there in
I'll
the
turn it
comments
on.
world.
I'll turn it
Matt can.
Oh, there
If
you
you
go.
don't want yours on,
Yeah, I don't.
yeah, no, DQ, forget about it. Turn the sound on. Is the sound not on?
Turn the sound up. It's Hollywood. He's old.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, it was Hollywood. He said turn the sound up.
I don't know how
And
to
it's
do that.
it's cranked, man. It's about cranked. We're oh, you know what?
You have it reading off of that.
I've got it picking up off of the laptop. You guys keep talking. I will fix that.
Technical difficulties.
This is what happens when you drink
Technical
that much.
difficulties.
That much. We might have to start over. Actually,
No, there's still 50 people that have hung on for all of this.
I think.
What do we got? She's got some information. No, where's she going? I don't know what's going on.
Oh, bring me some.
What are we doing, Michael Wayne?
Well, I'm trying to fix the audio.
Do we need to get the Racer TV crew over here to fix it again?
Well, I can fix the audio, but I got to close out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna close out.
Someone just said the
We'll-
mics are not connected.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we're-
start over.
oh.
We'll start over. That's my
We're
fault.
gonna restart.
All right,
even
end.
though we're not restarting, but we're restarting.
All right,
Oh yeah.
we're live, but I.
So this is going to be 2 shows.
Well, now it's going to be
It's
two
now
shows.
2 shows. This happens.
All right.
This is
Hollywood
the-
just said, there you go.
Is this thing on?
They're on, but
They're
not
on
connected to
now.
that.
All right, that's my fault. Fuck, I can't believe I did that.
Oh, it's
All
way
right,
behind.
live.
That's how that works. It can't be instant. Oh well.
We'll get right back up there. All right, use camera. Use camera. All right, default internal microphone. That was my fuck up. USB.
Oh hey, that's
All right.
work a little better.
Not.
Not Iron Man 2.
Iron
Mikey had
Man.
2 mess of whiskeys.
Iron Man 2. Mikey.
Oh look, it says good now.
Mikey.
Oh, it was good now before we restarted.
They're probably saying that because I was here next to it talking.
Oh, probably right. Pretty smart. That'll happen on the big jobs.
All right, go live. All right, you should be live. Ask them how that sounds.
We have no viewers. Who do we ask?
I know. He'll be there soon.
I know. They'll come back.
They'll come back. Yeah, close out of that and check it. All right. Take two. Sorry about that. That should see. Well,
It'll say it next to live.
It'll say it next to live here in a second. So that's completely my fault. So Facebook has got, you can take it through audio through the internal microphone, which is awful, which is probably why you guys couldn't hear shit. And now it is taking it through the microphones, and it's actually working how it is supposed to. 17 viewers, do us a favor if you're watching. Go ahead
Reshare the shareables.
and reshare that to your timeline, and we'll get that fixed. So we won't start completely over. If you're that desperate, bottom line is this: Liam Draper, he's from New Zealand. Stu Baylor bought him 2 sheep. I don't really want to get into the details of that. Season is going so-so for you, and I've had too much bourbon tonight.
Yeah.
That's what I learned from
Sums it all
episode
up.
1.
Hey, it's all good. We got it all allowed back in. Half the people are back.
Half the
We're
people,
good.
the
Yeah,
numbers
it's
will
fine.
go back up.
It's
It'll
all
go
good.
back up. Matt, did you share it to your timeline? Okay, I was going to share it again.
He's pretty
He's
smart.
on it.
Yeah,
he's on it.
So, what did you do today? Did you walk around and talk to people all day, or what did you do
I
today?
did a little bit. Somehow, by the grace of God, GNCC is allowing me to take over their Instagram story for this weekend.
Oh boy.
You've been really media friendly this week. You've taken Liam to the
Yeah.
radio show. I mean, you've
This
really.
is, well, hey, everybody's a celebrity. Everybody's famous in a small town, I guess.
Do your parents have their sign out?
They sure do. Dad's got. So here's a funny
Mikey
story.
must be famous.
Have
We
you
were in
seen
front
that?
of the mirror yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, for sure. So we did. So yesterday on the radio, did radio work out here. Liam and I followed the mayor of Montgomery County, Mr. Mayor Todd Barton.
wow.
Big stuff. Big stuff. I was nervous. I was afraid he'd know who I am, and I was terrified.
What happened? Did he like put you in jail or
No,
something?
no, he spoke very highly of GNCC.
Okay.
He spoke highly of Tom's Marine and the Shaver
And
family.
he's like, man, I really like that announcer Rodney.
Probably, yeah, exactly. That Rodney's a hell of a guy. Yeah, so Liam came and did the radio show with me this week. Liam, we did the Tuesday Toolbox.
Holy jeez.
Mikey's got me
You
on
just
it this
pick
week.
one and just.
Favorite part about this, honestly, we get back from the radio interview and your mom messaged me.
Oh no.
And she's like, I was so excited, I just wish I could have heard him on the radio. So I sent her the Facebook.
Long way to
URL.
get it in New Zealand.
Yeah, I don't think the signal's gonna reach.
No, maybe not.
Hey, 106.3 has got a pretty good reach, but I don't think it reaches New Zealand. But they do a Facebook Live during that, and I sent Mom the link, so I don't know if she was able to
No,
watch
she
it.
got it.
Okay, good. So did you
I'm
watch?
terrible at replying to her.
So
Good
I
thing you
replied
did.
before you did to Mom.
Oh, she got it before I seen it.
Liam,
I don't even think
damn
I
it.
seen it.
God bless Liam. You got to work harder than that. Yeah, that's terrible.
Can you believe, Stu? Isn't that a competing podcast T-shirt he's wearing?
Seat time?
Who is that?
Bullshit! That's funny. We'll take it.
That's usually how that works.
That's
It's all
okay.
good.
Hey,
we're bottom of the barrel over here. It's totally
listen,
fine.
I'm wearing a fly racing shirt at a GNCC event. I'm lucky I don't get kicked out.
It's true.
It's true, but you got to stand for something. Help yourself to that. Stu Baylor gonna try some. Liam, do you want some of this? It's larceny bourbon.
He would be terrified. He's
Yeah.
not man enough.
You don't drink bourbon.
No idea.
What do you drink?
Not a lot.
Sheep's piss.
Sheep piss. Oh Lord help. Lori Shaver's never gonna have us back. Nothing. Absolutely nothing
Why don't
happened.
you give her some bourbon? It should be fine. There's a sheep. Oh, there's a sheep coming.
It's kind of
There's a
cool.
sheep
You see
coming.
the key through the keyhole.
Sounds like
That's
she
right.
like sheep.
I had sheep. I had North
Okay,
sheep.
well,
Sheep for
perfect.
10 years.
Really? Do you know my buddy Blake Nickel?
What is this?
Well, he sells sheep. He shears sheep.
Oh, he's a sheep
And
shipper?
he judges sheep at 4-H.
Oh my! All
Complete
right.
sidebar.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
gonna say, what?
Yeah, well, you can turn the camera. We're talking
Hey.
about, welcome to the Sheep Hour here on the
Come
Bottleneck
over and sit
Live.
on the quad. We'll just hold the mic up. We're good.
Well, all right. So, if Liam Draper, if you're gonna have a drink, what do you drink?
Probably I used to drink girls' drinks, to be honest, like
White
Mike's
Claw.
Hard or like White Claw.
Well, there's
I'm
no
sorry
law.
to disappoint you, Mikey, but yeah.
That's okay. That's
we're,
okay.
we're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Well, you talked about that during the Tuesday Toolbox interview. Like, you didn't even go to your own high school prom.
No, I wasn't about parties or anything like that when I was a kid.
You just
All I
wanted-
wanted to do was ride my dirt bike.
You and DQ both, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. I never went to any of that crap. crap.
No.
Yeah. See, I didn't either, but that's because I was a Jehovah's Witness, so it's totally.
First time
basically the
I
same
really
thing.
drunk was with Stu.
Really?
Yeah.
What GNCC banquet was it at?
No, it wasn't a banquet. It was probably before a race.
Before or after?
Before.
Before.
He said before.
Oh Lord.
This is when he had no tooth. Front tooth.
Oh.
Dad had knocked it out. There's a
He
yeah.
caught a rock to the front pearly white there.
Best thing was he got it filled and we're driving home from being out, and he was eating something and it fell out on the floor
Oh,
of his
no.
truck. And he stops in the middle of the road, opens all the doors, and lights are on like he's trying to find a tooth
Oh
in
my
his
God.
truck.
Did you go golfing today?
I did.
Well, Hollywood is saying here, according to a comments section, Hollywood said you drank every other hole.
I doubt it.
You don't believe that?
I wouldn't be here if I drank every other hole.
All right, fair enough. Like, all right, so a liquor. If you had to drink one liquor, what would it be?
One liquor. Probably Crown.
All right, that's acceptable. It's Canadian, but that's acceptable.
That'll work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, but listen, Canada,
Dude, that's Canadian.
listen, Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada.
Think about Australia, New Zealand as like Ohio, Indiana.
See, yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of more the same when you think of it like that.
That makes sense. It's
Not
so,
continents.
translation, it's the exact same state. It's just, one is flatter than the other.
And everyone hates the one from the other state
Yeah.
for no apparent
For
reason.
no reason at all. Southeastern Ohio, though, actually does have some like mountainous regions or some big hills. We'll put it big hills that way.
Oh, okay.
In Indiana standards, those are mountains. In like West Virginia standards, those aren't mountains.
No, flatlanders. over
Yeah,
here.
we're definitely flatlanders. What else you want to add, Liam? What else you got, dude?
I see my mom's on here now.
Oh, God,
boy.
Mom's on.
Yeah.
All right, church it up.
Yep.
Church it up. Liam will be in bed by 8, Mom.
Yeah.
I promise.
It's our.
Sue.
We
And
started at
singing.
8.
I was
Hold
dancing
it.
in my undies.
Hold it. You sang as a child.
No.
Dancing in
Lies.
your undies and singing.
Mom says you danced in
Tell
your
her.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think every
Could you
kid
do
probably-
that for us now on the show?
And he'd probably take the rest of that whiskey to do it.
There you go. It's all yours. Knock yourself out. So you sang. What did you sing?
Man, I can't remember.
Probably some New Zealand stuff that we wouldn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, probably.
There I was on the sheet.
There's a
time.
song I used to sing all the time driving down the road with Stu, but I only knew 3 words, and it used to drive him
Yeah.
nuts.
What were the 3 words?
I think it was like "Take Me Back to the Summertime," and then I just repeat for
Me
like
Back
9
to the
hours down the
Summertime.
road.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's about it.
That's about it. That's all you got. So
I mix
You
songs
can't,
together.
you can't talk about any movies. He doesn't know any movie reference.
for real?
Bring up stuff.
Well, him and
I
DQ
would
get
say, yeah, I
along
would
really
say,
well.
yeah.
I can't- I don't
have
watch
no
movies.
fucking clue of any of them.
Well, what's the deal with that? Do you not watch? Are you just not into the cinemas?
No, I can't make a full movie. I'll fall asleep.
Really? All right.
Or I
favorite-
get bored, or I sidetracked.
That's fine. Favorite movie. You gotta have a favorite movie, right? Probably Australia with Hugh Jackman.
Bad thing is, I don't even know what that is.
Well, of course not. Why would you watch that? If it was New Zealand starring whatever actor is famous from New Zealand, you'd probably love it. How do you feel about Nicole Kidman?
Who?
She's also Australian, I think. Right? Married to Tom Cruise? He started a cult called Scientology. Son of a bitch! All right, name one. What's the last movie you saw from start to finish?
He never finishes them.
Yeah.
For real?
No.
Lion King when you were a kid?
Probably not.
What?
No, I'll start a movie, watch half of it, and forget the first half, and fall asleep in the second half.
Well, I think have you hit your head?
Probably.
That's not safe. That's not safe at all.
That's how it works.
I struggle to watch a 30-minute documentary.
Well, what can you cover in a 30-minute documentary? You got
Right.
another episode.
Still forget.
What's the last movie you've seen, DQ?
Grounds had me watch some Netflix movie the other night. It was like some fake superhero. I have no idea what it was.
God dang
all
it.
I know is the lady was drinking Old Style and eating Old Bay. That's all I remember.
I'm about that.
I watched Chicago PD. Heard of that?
I have heard of that.
My
I've
girlfriend
never
got me
seen
started
it.
on that, and I do like that.
Is Nikki watching? I don't know if Nikki's watching.
I think so.
Nikki gets here Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that going? Pressure's on. She's watching.
Oh,
How's it going? It's going good.
I
Yeah,
figured,
she's awesome.
yeah, for real,
Yeah.
for real. That was the chair.
Treats
not
me
my ass.
well. Treats me well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That
It's nice
seems-
to have a family to go back to, seeing I don't get to go home.
that was something we talked about on the radio show, and not to get too serious, but with COVID happening last year, it's put a wrench in the gears. I mean, obviously you've been away from the family for a good amount of time.
Yeah, it's
And
been a
last
year and a
year-
half.
A year and a half. You haven't seen mom and dad in a year and a half.
Year and a half. Haven't been home to New Zealand in a year and a half now. So it is nice to have Nikki and her two boys. They're awesome. To go home and feel like a family, you know.
That's killer.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. You need that. Is that? I mean, what does that do for you as a rider? Because I know it's probably. So you come over here, you come to the States, you say, okay, I'm going to make a career out of racing GNCC. I'm living in my Sprinter. Thankfully, you meet a guy like
I was going to
Stu.
say, you
Who else
picked
does
Stu.
this? Yeah. And then
I
Stu says, where the hell are you living? And he said, you see it. It's right there. Talk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, well, so I was living in a Sprinter van for the first 2 months of being over here. I knew no one, and my dad came over and built a bid out in the Sprinter van, and then I raced, and I met Stu at the track, and he said, come ride next week. And so I went there, and he asked where I was staying, and I said in my Sprinter. He said, it's like 30 degrees outside. What are you
Yeah.
doing? So I lived with him for 2 years.
So, like I said in the article, there we go. You are the first, technically, the first unofficial child of Jade and Stu Baylor.
Ooh, that's true.
So what I heard was they're going to name their kid Liam.
Well, they're trying to figure out a middle name. They got their first name.
What? I love
And
that.
it has to start with L. And I said it'd be silly not to name it Liam.
Yeah, name it Liam.
Stewart Liam Baylor.
Stewart Liam Draper.
Baylor.
Baylor. Hyphen Baylor.
If my kid comes out with the last name Draper, something went on the
Oh, no. Yeah, that's true. That might make for a difficult dinner
Right.
at the Baylor household. So where are you? You're not living in the Sprinter van now.
No, I live in PA, Waynesburg, Pennsylvania, with my girlfriend.
What's your address? I'm just kidding. Don't say that on here. Get you want
What
to?
is that?
That's a stag beer.
Yeah.
There, have you a
Red
stag?
stag.
They have stag in New Zealand. I figured this guy brings it in.
What?
And says that's for Liam.
That
We
is
looked through the market
random.
for stag.
Look at this thing.
What are the odds of that? We get a New Zealand beer for Liam right here, stag beer. Crack it open. Tell us what you think. What is stag beer on the level of
It
beers
says
in New
crisp
Zealand?
on it. I mean, it should be decent, right? What's the other side say?
It's made with well, it's
Bold
ma-
and crisp.
Bold
There you
and
go.
crisp.
made
There
with
you go.
real bits of sheep.
It's down it goes.
There it goes.
This is made from bats. So
Oh.
it's this is
Is
just
it good?
PBR.
It's different.
Oh, it's a PBR from
Try
New
that
Zealand.
Nah.
I'll take I don't care. You can't get coronavirus twice. Actually,
That's
you can.
really-
You can definitely get that twice.
It's like a watered down beer.
Yeah, perfect for me.
Oh, free to be bold.
There's
Established in
nothing
1851.
bold about that.
Was New Zealand? All right, I'm going to quiz you. When did New Zealand become a country?
Oh gosh.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know the answer to this. You can make anything. You can say 1994. and I'd get it.
1800s.
Perfect. I'm good with that.
Did you
That'll work.
secede from Australia?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I
split
synced it.
Yeah. So what is the goal for you? You told me this is the question I get asked the most. Is you know how Americans are? We're like, first of all, what are you doing here in our country? Second, how long are you going to be here? That's our
19
two main questions. When anybody from outside of the United States visits, that's our two questions. So, one, how long are you going to be here? Are you going to become a citizen? Maybe.
How long am I gonna be here? I don't know. I love it here. It's awesome. You know, to do what I love and always wanted to do for a job is pretty cool, and to meet all these awesome people that I have is definitely cool. So I do like it here.
Well, we
I
love
hope to
that.
stay here for a while.
Oh, there's a bicycle with handguards coming in. It's gonna be one person,
Adam
Adam Miller.
Adam Miller rode his bicycle here with Hamilton.
He probably wants me to look at his fan. I have a
Probably.
feeling.
Probably.
World.
Well, I mean, let's talk about like I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yes, you do.
How serious are you and Nikki? She's watching.
Pretty serious.
Pretty serious. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I won't pressure you any more than that.
Man, he's
I'm not-
firing
Mom,
today.
Mom
I
looked
know.
over here.
He's really,
Listen.
he's about
Oh,
ready
you
to
don't
go.
have to ask
He's gonna
Mom.
go rob
She's-
a gas
okay,
station
yeah.
when this is over.
I was gonna get Mom's input. What's Mom thinking, Nikki?
Well, my mom's actually never met Nikki in person. My dad has.
Your dad has.
Yeah.
Your dad came to a race. Would have been what? Not 2019,
That was probably when he built the van sprinter seat. Then.
Well, I think
2018.
it was, yeah, the year before.
He came last year and watched Florida and raced Georgia.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So I remember
He raced
that
the
because,
10 a.m. race.
because
Nice.
you were doing very well that race.
Yeah.
And I remember going to Tealy Energy Pits, and at that time he had like the TV on the side of the rig, and Dad was watching. I mean, like on the edge of his seat. If he had a seat, he would have been on the edge of it. But yeah,
That was Camp Coker, 2019.
that's what it was. That's what
Mom
it was.
and Dad were
okay,
here.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, and talk about, so the last win you got, your uncle was in town for that one, right?
Yeah, that was kind of like a hometown race to me. Living in Waynesburg, PA, I won at High Point, and yeah, I was lucky to have my uncle there.
Do we need to bring people from New Zealand every round then?
I think so.
Rory's coming this weekend. I don't know if
Yeah.
that'll help.
That's true.
He is. I heard about that.
Mark Draper, is that Dad? I'm
That's
assuming.
that. 1845. is when
1845.
New Zealand was-
There
Oh,
you go.
he passed the
Established.
citizenship test.
Yeah.
When was America founded? Yep.
Do you know DQ?
Yeah, 1776.
God bless
Oh,
America.
Lucky.
Yeah, 1776. Yeah, so
You could have said 1870.
1870 was when larceny came out. And who knew, in the year of 2021, they'd make me ask questions that I have no business asking to Liam Draper. Did I make you uncomfortable, though? No, you're
No,
good. You roll
you're-
with the
You
punches.
haven't even asked anything uncomfortable
No,
yet.
I don't think
You
so.
haven't even got to the sheep questions yet.
No, we did, but that was before Mom and Dad came on. Now I'm terrified. Now that I know Mom and Dad are watching, I'm trying to church
They
it up.
watched as well. I mean,
So,
What
what
you can ask those questions to him.
I was gonna
later.
say, do you anything else you want to add, or we can throw Stu in this mix?
Yeah, throw him in. See
All
what
right,
he's got.
one last thing. Liam Draper, tell them, they're probably all already following you on social media, but if not, where can they find you in the world of social media?
Instagram, Facebook, Liam Draper 198. That's where it happens.
That's where it's at. He's a
Where it's at.
radio extraordinaire.
Man, I did it all this week.
You did a hand. You can wear that shirt on here, Stu. We're not making you take the shirt off. We'll tag him in it. I don't give a shit. Liam, thanks for hanging out with us.
hey, it's actually a pretty sick shirt. I mean,
Yeah, you can wear the shirt on here. They'll love it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a
Straight
strong
advertising
shirt.
for them.
yeah.
And maybe it will motivate DQ
You know,
and
I was gonna say they actually
make
have
shirts.
bottleneck shirts more than the 4 we made, or
Oh,
you
God.
made, or whatever was made.
I have a screen printing thing. It's just a matter of finding time. So, Aaron Bannister on. Aaron Bannister, look at that.
Yeah,
Sick
got it
legs. I got
dialed.
you represented. Stu Baylor, throw those earmuffs on. They're probably sweating with New Zealand sweat. Ew. Ew. Stu Baylor representing Seat Time podcast here today on Bottleneck. Thanks for doing that, buddy. How are you, dude?
I'm doing great.
How's that beer, honestly?
Tastes like a fast food ribbon.
Well, then, I'd like it. Oh, where'd this Bush Light come from?
That's for you.
Oh, God bless. You want that DQ?
I'll take it.
I'm Whiskey Zen. You better drink that.
I'll take it.
So Stu Baylor, yeah, I'll take one. I should probably sober up and start drinking beer.
You got a long drive home.
Yeah, I got a long drive home. Wifey's gonna have to come get me. You're coming off. We'll just jump right into the serious shit. Started the season. You come up to us at Big Buck. Rodney and I are filming openers, and I could tell by the body language, Stu Baylor's pissed. There's no way he's racing this weekend.
Well, you
and
had a
he's about
fence
to make
post
it public.
hanging out of his side when he walked up to you.
Yeah, how the hell? I mean, let's back up. Let's talk about how the hell that happened.
Yeah, I've never actually heard.
It was just a miscalculation on my end. The next to last section of the National Enduro, sunk through the opening round. Just caught a handlebar and it got my side. It was the sharp spot on the end of the bark buster. I mean, it was one of those crashes where you could feel like everything like slow motion. Sometimes they happen fast. Sometimes you know what happened. I clipped the bars, blew the hand off the bars, and I was still holding on one side. And when the bike came to a stop, I came on top of it, and I can remember the whole thing, just like slow motion. So, yeah, that one was pretty nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was-
gnarly. So in hindsight, things are working out for you now. You fast forward, you come out the next round. You had some issues in round 2 as well.
Yeah, I was pretty frustrated. Like, I feel like, especially in the sand, I can put myself in a position down in Florida to make a run, and I felt like I had better speed than anybody on the track that day. I had on lap 2, we pulled into the pits, and I told my mechanic, I was like, there was some
Yeah.
obviously some words that, well, I guess we can say that in here. Oh,
Yeah, you can say that on here all you want.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was
throw
like,
Corey right
I
under
was
the
like,
bus.
I was like, this fucking clutch is junk. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And he looked at me. He said, "Shut the fuck up. Race the bike."
Right. Yeah, what are you gonna do at that point?
He's like, yeah. I mean, that's the same thing my dad always said. He said, if you can walk and your bike's still moving, you have no reason to stop. So we kept going. I think that was for first pit stop. So very beginning of lap 2. Lost some positions trying to adjust it. I've never run a cable clutch.
I was gonna say, yeah, you've been on
yeah, so
clutches
that was-
for literally ever.
Yeah, so that was a big learning curve, and that was the first time that I had ever dealt with that stuff. So I think a lot of it could have been rider error, not necessarily knowing when the clutch was going, how to adjust it. So I spent some time playing with that ever since.
Yeah, I would say, and it is weird because sometimes you need to make it tighter, sometimes it needs to be looser. Like it is amazing how much both directions you need to adjust it. Because most people always just go forward, and they end up making it worse.
Yeah, so that's that, like I said, it could have been 100% rider error. I've noticed even little things. You hit a water spot, the bike cools down,
Yeah, it
suddenly
cools
gets
totally,
loose.
yep.
You're pulling it back, you're pushing it away. It gets hot. You're pulling it back to you, or vice versa. I can't remember, but
No, you're
I know the way it feels.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was that was pretty frustrating. There on lap 2, I kind of dropped the anchor and started moving backwards on the track, and I think right after Josh Toth got around me, I finally got my clutch to where I felt like I could ride it. At that point, I knew Ben was the guy that I needed to beat. I looked back, I saw Ben, gave it absolutely everything I had. Was able to gap out Ben by just a little bit, but I put on a hell of a charge that lap, and I think we moved from 5th and 6th on the track to 2nd and 3rd, and within sight of Ashburn for the lead. And Ben was still right there, and I knew it was going to be. I mean, it was definitely going to be a long day, and then the bike started getting slower, and I started going further backwards, and it started getting slower, and that was like mentally really devastating for a rider, knowing that basically the stars lined up at Big Buck, and then the way things played out at round 2, it really would have been a good place for me to, if not win, at least be top 2. And I think that was definitely realistic there. And from there, it was, rather than we need to ride a smart season, we need to win. So that's kind of where I've been since.
Yep.
And
It's been working out.
I was gonna say, and when you have. So that's a crazy thing is from that point. So you leave round 2. We've got, I believe, a week just in between those 2 rounds. No, I take that back. 1 week. 1 week, because it's between Florida and Georgia. That's weekend after weekend. So you've got a short week. I mean, what was the mindset? Was it like, the championship's gone. I'm done. I'm pissed about round 1. I could have raced. Maybe I ended up, 8th, 9th, whatever. But at least I get some points out of it. I mean, what's the mindset as you head to round 3? Is it, at that point, are you doing the math, or are you just like, I just got to go win the damn thing and move on to the next one and hope I win that one?
Well, for me,
was
like
doing the math.
I
was
was doing
on
the
the
math.
track.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm doing the math at all times. I've always been kind of analytical as far as that goes. So for me, I want to know where the other guys are. I get pit boards, even if a guy's in 6th place. I want to know. Because that also lets me know where I need to be. Do I need to be pushing right now, or can I chill out? So, right now it's been a little bit easier because I needed to win no matter what. Even though I'm still doing the math, I knew that I needed to win, but I still wanted to know where the other guys were, and what I was. It gives you a goal what to push for. So, I think the last couple races, yes, I'm thinking about the other guys, but for me, I knew I needed to win, and it was still a realistic goal. So to go back to your question, was it defeating? Yes, absolutely. I felt like I was out of the championship at that point, but then I started looking back, like historically, Caleb's wrapped up championships 2 races in the.
I was going to say,
historically,
it's going to come down to a barn burner this year.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and one that's been under the radar, and everybody's talking about Stu Baylor, Ben Kelly, is the guy that's between us that most people don't even know he's sitting right there, 8 points out. So Grant is one of those guys as well. Late season, I think I think as the season wears on, Grant's going to get stronger. Ben's going to have some really strong rounds there in the later part. So, you know, moving forward these next few races, I know that I need to distance myself from these guys.
That makes sense. So when you come at a race, obviously the goal is to win because you know you're capable of that. You know you can come out and win a race. But in the back of your head, you're thinking, all right, if I don't win, I just need to make sure I'm finishing ahead of Grant and ahead of Ben.
Correct. At least
All right.
for right now. And you know, that's a lot easier said than done.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Grant, Rodney and I talk about it all the time. Grant has this like late race speed that's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which is what we used to see in Stu Baylor years ago, and it's almost like watching a literal whatever cliche you want to throw out your brothers at the end of the day, and it's like watching Stu Baylor from 3 or 4 years ago of that same style of, hey, it's the third hour, look out, Stu Baylor's moving up. We're doing that same thing with Grant now, where it's like, hey, it's that third hour, look out, here comes Grant. So, I mean, what would it mean to you? Let's fast forward. Let's say the season works out perfect. You know, it's round 11, around 12, around 13, and we're saying, Stu Baylor, you're national champion, and Grant Baylor finishes second in points. I mean, let's say picture perfect for the Baylor household. I mean, what would that mean to you?
I mean, that would be awesome. Like I was talking to Grant about it. We were bow fishing the other night, and we've got a lot of really cool things that we've done through our career. You know, certain
ISDE
things. Yeah,
and a lot of, I mean, there's been a lot of cool moments like that.
yeah. I mean, we've 2014, we both stood on the podium as the second or third ever American junior team to win the ISDE. And I don't think that there's. I was told that there's never been two brothers to stand on any overall podium at the ISDE.
Yeah, I
aside
was
from, I
gonna
believe,
say-
club teams.
Yeah,
or
I would say
something
Kurt
along
and
those
Aaron Huff would be the only two, but I don't think they ever were podiumed over. I don't know, but they'd be the only brothers that I would know that were there at the same time from
Yeah.
the U.S. at least.
Yeah, so I think, I don't know if it was a podium or a win, but somebody said that we were the only two. I'm not going to go back through all that.
Yeah.
Dig it up. So if somebody wants to
Take
tell me.
someone's
That's a
word
Jared
for it.
Bolton
Yeah,
job.
I'll take somebody's word on it. But
Hollywood, do some research.
Yeah,
on
Hollywood
that.
probably has it
Hollywood.
written down in his
Yeah.
notebook in his pocket.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, so you know, not only that, but winning GNCCs in the same season is one. Winning the same race as both of our first real official overall win. Both winning national enduro championships. Both winning multiple GNCC youth championships coming through. Both winning XC2, and both doing it at an age younger than anybody else. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of cool things we've done. So going 1 and 2 there would be, you know, I mean, it'd be phenomenal. I mean, the GNCCs is the biggest off-road series in the world.
Right.
So, you know, to do it at the largest platform, I think that would be, you know, that would be badass. Like there's no way around it. I mean, the national enduros, we've done it multiple years. I think 2 years ago, nobody won another race, and I think only 5 or 6 sections were won by another rider than
That's
the Baylor
nuts.
brothers.
That's
So
pretty incredible.
yeah, I mean it was it's cool. So you know, it would be cool as hell to see. We just got to get Grant to start.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's-
it's always like Grant 8th place, Grant 8th place, Grant 3rd place.
right.
And you look at the lap time, it's like lap 4, he'll turn over a lap time. It's like
Yeah, does he-
36 seconds faster than everybody.
Yeah.
Does he get arm pump at the beginning? What does he have going on there? Do you know?
We're the Grizzly, if you're watching, come join us. Damn it.
Yeah, let's talk this out. We're gonna have a.
I really would like to know. I mean, I've been in situations where I felt like I was very similar in my riding to where Grant is right now. And I think a lot of times, you know, just looking back, what I struggle with, and I still struggle with, a lot of guys do, is it's easy to get wrapped up in another rider's pace. So
Okay.
if you don't get the best start, we're both 200 plus, so coming off the lines.
Preaching to the choir.
You need to get your big ass stand thing you guys used to use. Bring those back out of retirement.
Dude, the
push-off
Porsche, yeah,
thing.
but see, that was for a kicker. We
They
don't,
don't
we don't
even
need
well,
that
put a
anymore.
kicker on it.
Yeah, you're right. I guess we can. If they'll throw a kickstart on the bike, I'm game.
Yeah.
But we had good starts back then.
Oh, I
too.
remember.
Like the Chubby boys were rolling off the line.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, I think
One
I think,
for the dad bods. God bless.
So I think that's a lot of it. And what I learned last year, over the last 2 years, I started back in 2017. I started getting a little bit better at it. Was not getting wrapped up in another guy's pace when you're coming from the back. you watch Caleb ride, and he was so good, even on a bad start, you could see him come from dead last to leading, and he never got wrapped up in somebody else's pace. He always controlled the race from the front. If he wasn't leading, it was because he wanted to not lead that race on that day. And I think Grant coming from the back isn't very comfortable making aggressive motocross moves on other riders. And the last couple of years, I've done a lot of moto since we've opened that motocross track. I've ridden a lot more moto. I've learned to be a lot more aggressive with my moves.
Have you taken him out a lot?
He doesn't ever come ride with me. I think he's scared.
That's probably
Grant, get the shoals.
That's the problem.
Get to Shoals.
That's the problem right there.
Yeah, he's scared of me running it in. But no, I think that's a lot of his problem. You know, I mean, we grew up racing off road, and racing off road. I was talking to some other guys in Louisiana.
It was different then.
It really was. And a lot of the local series that you go to, there's still the mom and dad that complaining because the pro rider took Jimmy out on lap 3.
Oh, yeah.
And what you don't understand is that pro rider is working, in most local series, that pro rider has a loan out on this bike.
Right.
That $1,000 that he's racing for is going to go back towards his bike.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
it's to keep it going for the next week and maybe put some fuel in the van.
and then when we come, you go to the national scale, it's not the bike. This is our house payment.
Right.
This is my RV payment. This is to pay my trainer next week so that I can be the best that I can be. So if somebody gets in my way, I give 3 chances.
Yeah.
Normally, I rev, I yell, and strike 3, you're out, bud. You're going down.
Makes
You're hitting a tree.
Makes
So,
total sense. It's fair.
I mean, I'm going to get aggressive.
It's-
Um,
On that same point, real quick, I make that same analogy with my own day job. Anything my own company asks of me, I'm like, if they're like, we need you to do this, that's fine. I don't care. The only time I care is when it affects my paycheck on Friday. So I think from a rider's perspective is, hey, and I think back, the reason I bring this up is I think back the year you had last year with the surgery and the recovery and the ride is gone. And now Stu Baylor, well, he's on a KTM, he's on a Sherco, he's on a Cowie, he's on whatever the hell he can find to go race. It literally was man, I want a house, I want a family. This is my Hail Mary attempt. So yeah, I mean, you're talking about, this is your day job. When we come out here to have fun and talk racing and, bang bars, Stu Baylor's clocking in for work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had that talk with guys at National Enduros. So, I had to tell a guy a couple of years ago, and I get it. All these guys that are lining up, we all want to win. We all want to win our class, or maybe just a PR, or maybe it's a top 10 you're shooting for. Coming to a national and getting a top 10, I can remember being that guy. But I can also remember getting lapped by Thad Ball while I was doing that.
Sure.
And the last thing I wanted to do was be in his way. So for me, I had to tell this guy, and I broke it down very simple. I'm not going to come into your place of work on Monday and fuck with you, so don't fuck with me.
Right.
You got out of my way.
Fair.
Quit.
Yeah.
So,
I don't understand why anyone would try, like, my theory is, especially at the National Enduros and stuff, if you can jump in behind somebody that's faster than you, it's going to help you. Just let them go right around you and go immediately. Like, immediately.
Follow their lines, hit their marks, and learn something.
Right. Even if it's for 3 turns and he's gone, it still helped.
yeah, and growing up in the off-road scene, there was these unspoken rules.
Right.
In National Enduro, you let the A rider go first.
Mm-hmm.
If you get caught, you slide over when you can, as fast as you can.
But now everybody's an A rider and everybody goes at once, and you can have first turn pileups at a National Enduro.
Yeah, dude. This past weekend they put 3 AA riders that are competing on the same road.
Right.
What are you thinking? But yeah, so there's a lot of unspoken rules in off-road racing, and going back to where I was going with it, I was talking to a local in Louisiana. We were having this discussion about Jimmy getting run over, and oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Terrible.
Poor little Jimmy Sprocket.
Yeah, and everybody thinks like there's still these unspoken rules. There's a lot more respect in off-road racing, 100%.
For sure.
We're definitely more to our roots than in the motocross side of things. But at the same time, there comes a point where it is racing, and we are racing to win, and every second does count. And I feel like like the Euros in 2004 when Yuha came over, then Mike came over. That changed the game. But then Caleb took it to a whole nother level where he went to the motocross side of things.
Right.
Started training with Alvin Baker. He started racing off road like a motocross race.
Yeah.
And now, you know, it is taken over the way that we race here, but it also trickles down, you know, across the local series. And it makes it tough. And to go into Ironman, I see some questions about the Ironman track this year. This is one of the toughest races of all time for lappers.
Right.
It is absolutely.
You should race the morning race.
I have no interest in
Race AM.
I have no interest in that. The GNCCs this year have grown. I would love to see the numbers when we get into the year.
Gosh,
I don't know if it's just in the afternoon
It's-
race, but
it
wow.
has
No,
been.
it's across the board.
I can't-
It's locals. It's everything.
Oh, yeah.
Every dirt bike shop's out of bikes.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I can say that I know for GNCC this year, everywhere we've gone, numbers are up. Obviously, this is the very first time we've ran the Hoosier GNCC, so we don't have anything to compare it to.
I feel like it won't
And
be
it's
the
not.
last.
It's not going to. Lori, will this be the last time we do this? You're on the spot.
She was
We're
yelling
coming
at me,
back next
the
year.
mushroom thing.
Are you getting her mushrooms out there? She will whip your ass. I'm telling you right now, she'll whip your ass.
If she goes down there, I can tell you, if she goes down there, for everybody watching, if she goes down there on Monday and you've wiped out her mushrooms, this will be the last.
There's your answer. If you guys want to race here twice next year, stop picking her damn mushrooms. I'm talking to my buddies at Racer TV
Barry
right
Hawk.
now too. Barry Hawk out there. Look at this whole mess of mushrooms. What the hell were we talking about? I completely forgot.
I would say the growth of the sport and the unspoken rules. There's so many people now too that have
Rider numbers.
no idea that any of this stuff.
Rider numbers are definitely up. Stu Baylor needs a cold beer. Do we have any more cold beers? You know he's not going to drink that other one. Liam barely drinks. Numbers have been up every single round. You know what? On this same point, Ronnie Rush, ATV XC2 Pro Rider,
Yes.
made a really good point about it. He said, a lot of people get frustrated with the lap traffic. It is frustrating, no doubt about it.
Yep.
But from a sport quad side, which I'm sure is across the board, that means our numbers are good for GNCC in general. That means people are racing. That means our sport is in good hands moving forward.
True.
But there are some guys out there, like you said, trying to pay the mortgage.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the lappers have worked out for me this year. I'm not
Right.
complaining.
It's-
And you know, another thing, like he said, I mean, you see motorcycle sales go up. I mean, it's really cool.
Right.
It's not going to do anything for us off-road guys.
I know. That's
So
true.
motorcycle sales, I mean,
That's
yes,
true.
you know, we do hold the majority of sales. Motocross does not.
Right.
Off-road does.
Right.
But they'll just get
But it's
bigger
not
salaries.
as
and
cool
we'll
on
keep getting pissed
TV,
off.
bro.
So there's-
It's not cool on TV.
There's my other thing. Let's take a look. We'll talk Supercross for 1 second. The 250, they ran a 250 East in freaking Salt Lake. You saw the numbers for the 250 class last
Dude,
week?
I could have podiumed.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you're not wrong.
The boys, the top five, like, I think third, fourth, fifth, and sixth were doubling through a rhythm lane.
And they were a lap down, I think.
I can triple.
it was.
Chubby
I'm
Stu
saying,
can triple.
Oh, Chubby Stew.
It was.
They weren't skimming the whoops.
No, that's a lost art.
We've got to.
It really is.
It is a lost art. Like,
There's-
So what are you guys doing to better our sport?
Who?
You guys.
Well, we're making
Us?
fun of
We're
everybody,
making fun of
including
everybody,
ourselves.
yeah.
We're just trying to make it fun and attract more people.
I just want to throw a curveball because people have asked me that same question.
So
and
what
I'm
are
like,
you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm a badass.
Oh,
what are you
God.
talking about?
You know what? Truth be told, though, like I think it takes guys like a Stu Baylor, guys like an Aaron Plessinger, for people to be like, oh, you know what? I can be myself.
That's true.
I recently had a conversation with Carrie Joe and Tim Cotter about this thing. For myself personally, I said, I know I push the limits a little bit here and there. I know I've had to be talked to a
Didn't
couple
you have
times.
a show deleted?
But I did have a show that we deleted last year. But the thing is,
I saw the humor after the fact.
I thank them for letting me be me. And I think that is so important in our sport. We've got to let Stu Baylor be Stu Baylor. We got to let Walker Fowler be Walker. We got to let Adam McGill be Adam McGill because it attracts, you know, okay, maybe you love Stu Baylor because of who he is. Maybe you love the clean cut rider because of who he is. Whatever the case may be, like, we got to let the personalities sink in, and I think that will help grow the sport.
I agree with
that. was the whole point of DQ.
that was the whole
starting
point of this whole
thing.
thing. Yeah, it's true. Is let's just talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. If it really pertains to anything,
Great.
It will, but if not, maybe it will in the long run.
Maybe we end up talking about Lori Shaver's mushrooms out in the Shaver family
Yeah,
farm.
exactly.
Wherever the conversation goes. But I think that's what our sport desperately needs is we've gotten so like robotic of, hey, I'd like to thank the Mountain Dew,
No one's
like,
thinking Mountain Dew. That's way too
all right,
unsafe.
there you go. But you know what I'm saying. Like it's gotten so just robotic.
I was
don't
gonna
know
say
what else to
corporate.
say. Corporate, it's true.
But that's
Sponsorships are necessary.
The corporates pay the bills, so you have to. It's a fine line. It
That's
just
the
depends
other
on
thing.
the corporates in the corporations can be themselves too. Then everything works out.
Our athletes are not paid. I mean, the GNCC guys, Stu Baylor's not making what Tom Brady makes.
Well, no.
Caleb, all right, better analogy. Caleb Russell has more championships than Tom Brady.
It's the TV viewers.
Well, that's true too. But that's what I'm saying. Like to me, our athletes, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I think anybody that we're watching's opinion,
Right.
are tougher than those guys.
Right.
We don't compensate them like us. So the sponsors are very, very necessary.
Oh yeah, every bit of any sponsorship you can get, whether it's a mess of candles, a mess of whatever,
Right.
a few
A
bucks
mess.
here.
Yeah. See, you're catching on.
It's-
A mess of fish.
Everything's necessary, and any publicity is good. Whether it's Stu doing something that makes 49 people mad but one person's happy, it's
Right.
it's still good in the
Bike
long run.
flips.
Do what?
Yeah, exactly.
Bike flips.
That was exactly
Bike
what I was
flips.
thinking
I
about.
love bike flips.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
You should have heard the crowd this last round when you didn't do it.
They were
They
pissed.
were like, "What the hell?"
They
like, here he
all
comes.
waited.
All these phones at the start line like this, and then they're like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Who are you? Did you steal Stu Baylor's back?
I'm just saying, Dale Earnhardt's birthday was yesterday. If you win this weekend, you got to do something for Dale.
What is the penalty for the burnouts on the podium? Is it still a thing?
Yeah.
Is it automatic disqualification or what is it?
You know what? I'm kind of.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I know I am. Do a burnout on the podium so that I can get my vinyl on that podium replaced because it needs replaced.
Is Carrie watching?
I'm sure she
is.
will be, yes.
She's probably in one of the windows.
Yes, Carrie and Tim will watch. I guarantee.
Just text us the fine. Let us know. We'll
What
figure
is
it
the
out.
fine? We'll
Pay it in $2
We're
bills.
pay, there you go.
We're
That's
gonna-
what Scott Eckerman gave us some money.
Now
for.
we're talking.
We'll set up. We'll set up a handout booth here at the
Making a collection
entrance.
for-
There you
Yeah.
go.
Somebody use their hat. Fill it out.
I want new vinyl on the podium anyway, so
All right,
blame it on
perfect.
me.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember there was a penalty for it, but I don't remember what it was.
It was pretty extensive. I can't remember. Here's Jade chiming in.
Yeah,
Don't
someone
you
will-
dare.
Don't
someone
you dare.
will,
All right.
someone will chime in.
Yeah.
There's mom looking out for the mortgage. Mom is looking out
But
for
what
the
if
mortgage.
we pay the fine?
Bottleneck will pay. Well, wait, I want to know what the fine is.
Right, that's what I
Yeah,
want to know.
if
What
it's
the
like-
fine is. Somebody
If it's
tell
like
us
a
what the-
position or something, like I'm out.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
if
out.
it's a position, all right.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was position. I can't remember.
That used to be a thing. Like you
Yeah,
remember, you
I
get
do
on the
remember,
podium,
like, the good
you
old
do
days,
a burnout,
right.
and then you hop off into the crowd and hope all the kids move before you land on them.
Well, hell,
But that would stop them from trying to steal all your goggles and your jersey and your helmet and your boots.
is it just me,
Run over one or two of them.
or are the kids like really chomping at the bit for all your guys' shit this year?
Absolutely, but
There's
you know
something
what?
about this season that they're going nuts.
This
They
year,
were locked up for COVID.
I think so.
but another big thing. Look, there's an idea. The up to the podium, the GoFundMe.
There you go. Up to the podium.
Well,
we could do that.
We'll pay the fine every
Pay
race.
the fine. Unless it's points. And
Yeah,
then,
points or
then you got to
positions.
make sure you win.
They're
by-
back there
Hey,
rewriting
That's
the
what I was
rule book
about to
right
say.
now.
The rule book's coming out, and Tim Cotter's chiming in.
Tim's making notes. All right. Well, these a-holes on the bottleneck are going to screw up our financial fine. So, what have you noticed that though? The kids are like chomping at the bit for free stuff.
Yeah, but it's it's really cool because
Yeah.
there are a lot more kids, and not only that, just a lot more people around the podiums
Right.
this year than in years past, especially the PM bike. Like that's one where
Everybody's
about
home.
halfway
Home.
through, yeah, I can see it while I'm racing. You start coming across the field section, and you see people pulling out or pulling into the track and getting stuck. That happened at
Yeah,
Coker.
that happens.
Yeah, I mean, we see these people halfway through the race. They start
wife
rolling out.
Bad influence.
You're not a bad influence.
I'm a good influence, damn it.
Right. We're trying to do burnouts for the children.
I know,
Exactly.
it's for the kids. It's for the
Until they
kids.
get hit with hot rubber. And then
Right,
it's
that's
not
probably,
good.
it's a
That-
safety
maybe
issue.
that's it.
Yeah.
No, we're facing away from it.
I know,
but-
that's right. You shouldn't be behind the podium.
We'll
anymore.
probably have to buy him a new backdrop.
Well, I don't want to finance that
They throw
either.
away the pink one or do something with the pink one
They
here.
raffle it off
They
every
raffle it
year.
off.
Yeah,
Raffle it,
It will
yeah.
be worth way more with my tire half.
There you go.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
That's a good
So,
point.
but no, it's cool. Like even for the PM podium, we've seen a lot larger crowds hanging around. I'd love to say that I had something to do with that. Like
You do make it fun.
there are a lot of people there offering me a bush rather than asking
I'm
for my
telling you,
goggles.
right now, it makes me laugh. It makes me happy as well. The amount of people, if Stu makes the podium, I don't care if you're third, second, or first, there is a line of people that want to give you a beer. And that, in my opinion, is the coolest thing out there. Period.
It definitely is. My old lady looked at me after Big Buck and she said, "Are you good to drive?"
No, 18 people gave me a free beer to shotgun. You shotgun some weird ass beer. What was that? It was like a German beer or something.
I don't know, dude. They're just handing them out. By the time you're half drunk getting on the podium, you don't know what you're drinking.
Well, that's my thing. Like
You're so dehydrated and everything
they're
anyway.
yelling. They're like, "Hey, get Stu on the podium. Let's go. Let's get this thing moving." And I'm like, I'm trying. The poor man has had 5 beers. Like I'm trying, but and then this last round, I'm like still doing TV interviews. I look over and Stu's on the podium waiting for me.
What?
That was a
You
feat.
didn't
I
flip
had
your
to get
bike
away.
and you were on the podium?
That was Big Buck. That's the one I'm telling you about.
Okay,
Or, sorry, not
then
Big
not
Buck.
Big
whatever.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, the not
Tiger
big buck,
Run.
big
Yeah,
buck.
not Buck
Tiger
Tiger
Run.
Run. So yeah, I had to get up on the podium to get away from the,
It makes
the
sense.
free beers. Like
Actually, yeah.
after a race, it takes 2 beers and you're like,
Oh, I bet you're completely dehydrated.
I'd like to thank my sponsors. Hey, Jake, who are my sponsors?
Oh my god.
I got to get up there and I got to keep my mind straight.
We still haven't seen what the fine is yet.
You think? Well, Tim's not watching, but I guarantee you he ends up watching.
Yeah, just text us the
Tim,
fine.
let us know. Text
Yeah.
me what that's going to cost the bottleneck. And we raised like $2,300 for a clock. We can
It's
get
the
this
least
done.
they can do since we're not
Wait,
running
wait,
ahead.
wait,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what do we got?
All right, let's see.
Burnouts on the podium prohibited. Violation of this provision.
Disqualification. That's bullshit.
Oh, DQ. Well, you're not going to do it if you get DQ'd.
Hold up. Including but not limited to a fine and or.
That
So-
and or's a gray. That's a big gray area.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
If there was
'Cause we can
anybody
do
that could get away
fine.
with it, if there was anybody that could get away with it, I think I could.
I think you probably could.
Unless it comes down to points at the end of the year, and that team you beat comes forward and says,
But if we played it off good, like
Your throttle stuck, your
my
clutch was messed
throttle,
up.
my throttle stuck, and
Perfect.
I had a seizure.
that damn mechanic,
Too many beers.
that damn mechanic, bike wasn't dialed right.
The clutch released. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened, and the front brake was locked in. I still don't know what happened. We're gonna figure this out.
So if you can all right, let's think about this. Let's do the math. If you can wrap up the points championship, we come here for Iron Man.
Jeff Russell says try him.
There's a tribe.
Jade says absolutely not.
So see, Jade, she's still looking. Mom, both of our wives right now are looking out in our best interests. Aaron's like, shut the hell up before you get talked to, and your wife is like, shut the hell up before I lose my mortgage. So we got to do the math. We got to figure it out. So if you can wrap it up by like round 12, we come back.
He's
to
got to
round
race a
13.
quad.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I would. 100%.
A quad
For real?
here is fun.
100%.
I would rather race.
If I could wrap it up early, I would race a quad here.
So here's my question. I know that you still, I know you wouldn't be able to get points because you raced the track the day before on a quad, but could you still race?
Then he
at
can
C1
race the
next
morning
day?
race and take every single other rider out.
Do this for me. Ben Kelly's gonna watch this and be like, I'm gonna put a stop to all this because I'm going to get
He's
the
going to do a
championship."
burnout on the podium.
Right, but if you
We're
could win
literally,
the
I'm
championship,
lighting a fire under him
We're
right now,
all
for
of
sure.
it
If he's
right
watching
now.
this, somebody's pissed off.
Ben's gonna go
They're
out
like,
and get
man,
the
this
win.
cocky guy, he's planning on winning
He's-
everything.
Ben, if because of this episode, Ben wins Sunday, I just want him to thank our show. Thank
By
our show
doing-
and Stu
by
Day
doing
on
the burnout.
Sunday. By doing a burnout.
Yes,
No, but
absolutely.
all right, so if you could, actually Adam Miller brought this up with Ryan Sipes, as a matter of fact. He said it would be really cool to see Ryan Sipes if we could sign him up for Trail Rider. Last round, morning race. Do you think Sipes could still get the overall unadjusted time.
Yes,
I think he could almost physically do it.
I do too.
Really?
The reason I say this is that the other Indiana GNCC few years ago, I rode a Cobra 65 and had it up to 34th at one.
Oh my Jesus.
That's why I say it wouldn't be that hard. I bet he could physically do it.
But the DQ in a pit bike or
No,
a 65
I'm serious.
is
Like,
ridiculous.
but it wouldn't be that difficult.
Really?
No.
At Ironman.
I
Not
think-
any other
I think
GNCC at
This Iron Man or the other one?
The Ironman, man.
I think he could because of the way that he can make passes. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a moto. He's
That
a
makes
He can
sense.
pass.
guy.
Yeah, I would say he can pass 40 people in one thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think even
Could
on
Stu
lap
Baylor do
one. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I'm 200. I'm 220 pounds. I come through like a wrecking ball.
Elbow checking guys that are 70 years old.
Oh.
Be so mean. Oh my God.
No, you definitely. It wouldn't be that difficult.
That's funny. Let's see. We're going to have to separate them. Wifey's clearly moderating the comments
Oh
here.
boy.
So, what was the other thing? Man, I wanted to bring something. Oh, let's talk Ginger Billy. Let's talk. How the hell did this come about?
Yeah, what was the story with that? I just found out about the guy like a week before.
First of all, for the people out there that have no clue who Ginger Billy is, please do yourself a favor and Google Ginger Billy and Yamaha lawnmower.
Or his mini truck car
The-
dually thing.
right.
Dude, the
It's
mower,
sick.
the video. So he's been sending me pictures for the last couple weeks. He dropped the video today. He's got a Ron Beer mower.
Okay.
Not John Deere.
Right,
Ron Beer.
Yeah.
Ron Bear.
So he's got this green and yellow. It's just I don't know what those little cars are. It's not a Samurai. I can't.
It's
remember what it is.
Geo Metro.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's got one that he's turned into a mower now. The dirt bike was too naked.
DKR Pit Bike National, Ginger Billy. How much does it cost Ginger Billy to get?
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, you can do burnouts on our podium.
Absolutely.
We can put
You
it
know,
on the
he's
top of
he's
that box.
looking for places to do. He's apparently a comedian as well.
Yeah.
So he's looking for places. I didn't see Indiana on the schedule.
Ooh, we should definitely make this
Mhm.
happen.
Crawfordsville Ironman
Ooh.
Friday night.
Could you imagine?
I'm gonna have to talk to the guy.
We still want
For
to do
sure.
the pit bike
Oh,
hill
hey,
climb.
listen, if he wants a place to
And
stay,
that
he can
would
stay
be-
in my second bedroom. I got a
You
bourbon
can
bar
stay
in
in
the
your
basement.
standard bedroom. You can sleep in the second bedroom.
That's fine too, but my wife's coming with me. I don't trust the guy. He's ripped.
he is.
He's ripped.
It's like chiseled. So the Ginger Billy. So for the last couple of years, Jade and I have been sending each other videos of this guy that's funny as hell, and it's a lot of times it's like marriage stuff, like
Yeah.
talking about he's like as a guy, have you ever realized how much your woman sheds? Like
Oh God.
he said the other day I reached down and I pulled a hair that was 11 inches long out of my butt crack.
Oh God.
And I mean, I just die laughing watching the stuff. So we're at Big Buck, and my old lady
Tiger
comes
Run,
around the
Tiger
corner.
Run.
Or, sorry, Tiger Run.
Yeah.
My old lady comes around the corner, and she goes, "Ginger Billy's here." And I'm
And
like,
Stu starts fanning himself.
like,
oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
"Really? You're sure it's him?
You're sure it's him.
You're not making this up?" She goes, "No, it's Ginger Billy.
Are you sure it's
really
not
him."
Justin Wood that runs 4x4 Pro
Yeah.
class?
She goes, no, it's really him. He's got his shirt off. He's wearing gym shorts and boots
Yes.
almost up to his knees.
That's him.
He's got his t-shirt tucked in his back pocket. He's just as red as he looks in his videos, and he's more chiseled than he looks in his
Oh,
videos.
good Lord.
And I'm like, damn, like, I don't know, like, aside from Garth Brooks, anybody else could walk through the pits, and I really wouldn't care.
Right.
But Ginger Billy, I come out, I'm like, hey, Ginger Billy, hey, man. Hi, buddy. Yo, over here. You want to get a picture? He comes over, he takes a picture, his kid and him with my bike, and you know, he's a Yamaha fan. That's what threw him off while he was mowing his lawn with the mower in the front forks, or
Yes.
however he did that. So I'm not mad about his muscle. Yep, you
God
better.
bless him.
She's staying. Yep, he's sleeping.
Yep,
with your
I
wife.
guess
There
I'm
you
sleeping
go.
in the bedroom or the second bedroom.
So he comes up on the starting line, and a lot of people were wanting to talk to him, take pictures, whatever. He kind of came over and stood by me, and somebody made the joke, "Hey, you should ride Ginger Billy
Yeah.
up on the bike."
Oh yeah.
He looked at me. He said, "Oh hell no! I've seen the way you guys ride your motorcycles. I am not getting on that damn thing. You couldn't pay me enough." And I was like, "I won't throw you off." I said, "Just carry your camera, do your
Yeah, do your thing.
videos, give a couple high fives to the crowd. We'll roll out. I said it'll be fun. I was like, just come on. It's good. I always like to have a good time doing these things anyway. So he hops on the bike. He's sitting there waiting to take off, and Grant takes off and he throws up a wheelie. He looks at me and he goes,
"Oh shit!
we ain't doing that. We are not doing that. Don't you dare do that." So I was, it was cool having him there, and now I've got to take him bow fishing. We've been talking back and forth since the race. So.
Because he does a
That's
lot of
such
fishing,
a-
and obviously you guys know Stu does a hell of a lot of fishing. So
Whole mess of fishing.
whole mess of it.
Yeah.
That's a match made in heaven.
A whole mess. So yeah, it's. I think I'm gonna have to go pick him up and show him the routes. The only thing is, I saw a video the other day where he said he doesn't drink or doesn't drink that much.
Well, how can you have abs like that and drink?
Neither does
Maybe that's what
Liam.
it is.
Liam Draper doesn't drink either.
I have seen that guy so drunk. You don't.
Yeah,
he was
that's
being
true.
very modest up here, boys. Look at him turning red.
Well, that's because mom and dad are watching.
Oh man, I've got some stories about Liam. I can remember the first time I took him out.
So there I was.
At 4:45 in the morning, he looks over at me and he goes, "I've never been this drunk before."
Was he
Does
speaking
it-
American?
No, he was speaking some other kind of mumble-ish,
Oh,
mumblings.
God.
And he's got all kinds of filler, especially back then. He had these words that he would say that I did not have a clue what they actually meant.
Right.
So we're walking out of the Waffle House, and that's where you go, that's where you go after a good night out.
Right,
Like a
and
real
that's when the
real
diarrhea
good night.
starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're walking out of the Waffle House. He looked at me. I've never been this drunk, but do the other racers like GNCC guys do this?
Yep.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's not another guy on Pro Row that is gonna come out here and do this like that. No,
Not
no
on
way.
a regular basis.
And he's like, "Oh shit!"
Oh,
Like,
shit.
You could see it in his eyes. He's like, he doesn't really know what to say. He's getting real nervous. Like he is hanging out with me. He didn't know any better, and he's like, he thought that was what
This
it was
is
going
how
to
you-
take to go fast. So he
Was
was
it-
hanging
Works
out
for
with me.
Australians.
And yeah, so he goes out with me, and he realizes that that's not what it takes to go fast. It's only what Stu Baylor does.
Yeah.
So then, shortly after 2 years later, he had as much fun as he could possibly have, and then had to leave.
Oh God.
Just walked out. No, what actually happened? So it was really weird. Dude, a sheep trailer came by.
Of course it did. I knew it. Now we're getting to the sheep. Lori Shaver is terrified right now.
So this sheep trailer comes by. And down by us, the Mexicans, man, they love them some sheep. So the Mexicans were hauling their sheep back. They were relocated. They were from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania sheep farmer.
Somewhere around there.
Mexicans?
They came down to buy them in South Carolina.
you
Liam
sure
saw
they
their
were
trailer.
Amish?
Dude, this story just keeps getting better.
Oh
It's weird.
no.
I'm making it up as I go.
I'm sure. I hope.
But not the next part. So I see him run into his room. He grabs these gloves that I've never seen before. The weirdest looking gloves. They were fully black. And these muck boots. And these muck boots were like 3 sizes too
Sheeping
big.
boots.
Sheeping boots,
Yeah,
exactly.
sheeping boots.
They're 3 sizes too big. So he comes out, his boots are flopping around. I'm like, what are you wearing? He goes,
I hope mom and dad are not watching anymore. Oh God.
he goes, "You've never seen how we tend to sheep in New Zealand? You're not gonna come off if you're Velcroed to their ass."
Oh,
He's wearing
my
Velcro gloves, and he can throw his legs in he can throw their legs right in his muck boots with him. I rode that trailer all the way to Pennsylvania. I never saw him again.
Never saw him again. Liam, he's nodding. That was true.
He's like,
He
so
said, yeah,
crying.
that's true.
What else you gonna
Lori
do?
Shaver's devastated. Absolutely devastated. I'm so sorry, Lori. Next year we'll get quad riders.
Have we ever had a quad rider on here?
Well, Johnny Gallagher's called in a few times. Hunter
I
Hart's.
mean, like in person though.
In person, I don't think so. We should get one. Do you know any?
Not really.
You're not missing anything.
You know. all right. So if you did get a situation where you could race an ATV, what class? Do you have to race XC1?
I
I
would
think
not.
so.
Could you race
I would
XC2?
not.
They did that tonight that one year.
I would not race against those guys.
How do you think you'd finish? How would you fare?
Last.
Blast. Okay, no hesitation. Just blast.
But I think I can get top 10 in XC2 if there's 12 of them. At
Oh,
least
for
2
sure.
quads break down every
Nick
day.
Royalty's definitely breaking down.
Oh, shots fired. He'll laugh about that. I hope.
I know.
He'll laugh. Good God, I don't even know. I don't know how we follow that. Lori's ready to go to bed. Are you tired?
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right.
Get Adam McGill. Adam McGill is a big talker, but he's not actually that cool.
I will say this. In like you guys are obviously the party guy of XC1 is Stu Baylor. And ATV side, kind of the equivalent would be the Adam McGill. But boy, when it comes to you guys like shotgun and beers, like smoke, you'd smoke them. Hands down.
There's men and there's boys in this world.
Oh, God bless. I must be a boy because I can't shotgun beers to save my life either.
Dude, what about the dude biting the tops off of him when we did this show here a couple years
I
ago?
can't. Who
You
was
done
that?
that
I
before?
can't remember his name.
Yeah.
He
Easy
taught me
enough.
how to do it, and I learned how to
Troy
do it,
McDaniel.
but I can't. Troy
I think I
McDaniel.
broke a tooth.
Yeah.
Hey Liam, how do I shotgun?
But
Yeah, bite it.
Oh, God.
No. I mean, he would shove his canine into the top of
peel
the
the whole
can,
top off.
and he just.
Oh
and
yeah,
peel the
that's
top
not
off.
good for your teeth.
I don't think it's. I've done it a few times.
Not good for your teeth.
And every time my wife is like, "Please don't do that again." So yeah, I've not done that since.
Yeah, absolutely not good. I
Jesus.
mean, that would be expensive.
You'd be on the
Yeah.
floor looking
Well,
for
you
your
would
tooth
know.
again.
Yeah, I would be on the floor
Yeah.
looking for my tooth. And then
Good
he
Lord.
he had a good story that I was in my truck looking for this tooth.
Yeah.
No, we were. He tried to church it up for you guys.
Oh, okay. Where were
You told him
Oh,
not to church
did
it
you
up.
church it up? I told you not
he did
to.
it.
he did find it in his truck once.
Okay, so once it might have fallen out my truck. No, the best time was we're out at this nightclub
Oh, no.
and it falls out.
Oh,
And I'm crawling around on the floor, and the
Time
bouncers.
out. At that point, I'd be like, "This tooth is part of this nightclub now.
No,
I'm going out
I
without
was.
a tooth."
I was way. I was.
Was it in Crawfordsville? Was it here?
I
It's
was
a truck stop.
I was way too intoxicated, and I should have never put it back in my mouth anyway.
No,
No.
oh, that's terrible.
So we're crawling around on the dance floor, and the bouncer comes over, and he's like, "What drugs are you on?" And I said, "I lost my tooth." And I look up and I smile at him, and he goes, "Oh my God, I was coming over to kick you out." He's like, "Dude, we can't have people crawling around on the floor." He's like, "Hold on, we'll make you a boundary." These guys
We'll
like,
make you a.
these guys come and they push all the crowd back, and my tooth had gotten 20 feet across the dance floor, like it had been danced on all across the dance floor. Somebody comes up with it, just some random person. They're telling, like they're announcing through this club that they're looking for a tooth.
That's goals for me. Announce it at nightclub.
They come up with a tooth. They throw it to me. I fumble it around. I hits the ground again. I pick it off the ground and I throw it straight back in. Didn't even think about it. About that time,
He said,
I
"Sir, what kind of
realized.
drugs were you on?"
Oh my God! You realized?
I realized that I had fucked up.
Oh, for sure. That's, oh my God. You know what? And that's how you're immune to coronavirus.
Absolutely, it's never gonna get me.
If you survive that, you'll never get coronavirus.
Yeah, that was like it, I mean, it was one of those things you were so happy to find your tooth. You've been running around with just
Oh.
a tooth gone, find it, throw it right in, and I mean, the second I did it, I was
Oh
like,
my God.
oh no, not good,
Shouldn't have done that.
not good.
Pulling hair out and God knows what else.
Thanks, Thad. Yeah,
Oh.
Thad did that too.
No.
Yeah, he popped the rock back at you, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
And
Because
then-
you podiumed that round, I think a third or something
Yeah.
like that. And yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. And then last week I chipped these two beside it. I got and that
Well,
one.
how the hell did you do that?
Biting the tops off of beer cans.
Probably. Good Lord.
I'm not.
Good Lord. Trey Allen Michael McDaniel.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
it.
long name. That's a lot of first names, actually. Trey Allen Michael McDaniel. McDaniel's the last name. I'll give you that. Good Lord, man.
Aaron likes your teeth, so please don't.
Yeah, they're not bad. She's probably gonna get on to me. We paid for these whitening kits from our dentist
Oh, jeez.
like 4 weeks ago, and I haven't scheduled the appointment to go get them. I also lied to my dentist because they're like, "Hey, if you've been out of the state, you can't come into our office."
What?
And so they're like, "Have you been out of the state in the last 2 weeks?" I'm like, "Nope."
Dude, you got too many
Well,
liberals up here. I'm gonna
well,
tell you,
not
down
in
in
this
South
town.
Carolina,
Not in this
South
town.
Carolina, they don't ask questions. You walk in everywhere. There,
Yeah.
if you see a mask, you look over at the guy and you're like,
What the hell is wrong with that guy?
look at this guy. He believes in this shit.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
That's gonna go great over the. Yeah, these people don't care. These people don't care.
If they race dirt bikes, they can. They obviously
They
most
do.
likely work.
Exactly.
Most likely to work.
They're not
Most likely.
sitting at home collecting government checks
Yeah, exactly.
and wrecking unemployment right now.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
Absolutely wrecking it.
Yeah, everybody's hiring, but
Nobody's working.
Nobody's working.
Nobody's working. It's terrible. Try to get flaggers for a motocross race last weekend. That was a nice.
I mean, look at that guy over there. He had to run the starting gate.
Yeah. I dropped it. I dropped
Those guys on there for 10
Ever.
seconds. I'll just listen to those guys.
That is fantastic. Man, I think we almost have to wrap up at this point.
Jose's gonna kick us off. Yeah.
All right, last thing. How do you finish this weekend? You're 10 points out of first place.
It's
So
only 10 now?
It's 10.
yep. So I talked about it a little bit last weekend. I'm at a position to where I do not have to win. To manage championship, I'm not at a point where it's do or die anymore. I've chipped away very aggressively. So I want to win.
Sure.
I think that I should win. I've got a lot of redemption here on this track, and they made sure they didn't put the Ironman Hill in just for me because it screwed me last year so bad.
So, all right, this is, when you said it right here, that's where the conspiracies are going to begin.
All right.
Yeah, they didn't run Ironman Hill because Stu Baylor. Have you gotten to that point yet of winning where you now have people who hate you yet? Has
Yes,
that come yet?
absolutely.
Okay.
But usually it's like the people that hate me are like promoters and like
Wait, time out. For GNCC, no.
No.
Okay,
no,
okay.
no,
Just
no.
clarify.
Like people the people that don't like me are the people that think that my image is ruining the sport. Like the people
Man.
that are really
Well, I can
serious.
guarantee you those people
And-
are not watching this show.
No, they're absolutely not, and they might hear about it, and I could care less if they do. But you know, the people that don't like me, they usually don't have a reason for why they don't like me.
That's
It's like
silly.
they just don't like me.
That's
And you know
nonsense.
what? I could care less because I'm not the type that is out here for attention. I
Sure.
like having fun, and if people have fun with me, like
Great.
that's great. But I'm not here for the attention. I could care less. I grew up doing it. I love it. And I'm not going to change who I am. I've been
Right.
there. I've been on the factory teams where everybody told me exactly what I had to do, and that's been the cool part with the new team. Like, I mean, it's been extremely laid back, and we've had a good time racing
Yeah.
again. You know, doing it with my best friend Corey McDonald.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's kind of cool how that all played out and worked
sure.
out because I've always thought for years, I'm like, it's so weird that those two don't work together, never have worked together. And I'm like, why doesn't this ever work out? Like, everyone's from South Carolina. It made way too much sense on paper. Why haven't we done this yet?
Yeah, I mean, we've been. I can remember he was a chaperone for. He's a few years older than I am. Actually, no, it was his brother
Did
was a
you
chaperone.
hear that
Oh, yeah.
accent? Chevron. That was good.
Liam's drugging off on him.
So we went to this freestyle show in Charleston, South Carolina, and that's how we met. I was probably 9 years old. So yeah, for almost 20 years we've been really close buddies, going deer hunting and racing all over the country, and finally we're working together, and you know it's been fun. I've had fun racing, and that's why I never did the factory deals the last few years. So. But no, wrapping it, you know, going back to where I need to finish this weekend, I need to be on the podium. I know I need to be up there. I think here my major threats are most likely Ben's going to be really tough.
Ben is fast, too.
Grant,
Yep.
Grant's going to be consistent. I think it depends on when he starts racing. And Stranger, phenomenal
Yep.
here last year.
His
did.
strength and riding.
Sure.
I would say
Matter
he
of fact,
rides
I
good
think
here
he
too. Yeah.
won Ironman here last year.
Yep. So
And then did Ben win the year before?
Ben won the
Ben,
year before.
yeah.
Okay, I
Yep.
couldn't remember.
That was, I believe, the year that he. I don't think he was a rookie. I think it was him moving
It was
up.
when he moved up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. He
that's
wrapped up
right.
XC2 and
Yep.
and won this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I know those guys are going to be strong. Thad's definitely fast. Any race now, I know he's going to come back. He had a hell of an injury. I'm surprised he's even racing as soon as he is. But you know, I think personally, I could be counting him out, but I think that Thad's probably going to need a couple more races. I mean, a lung injury like that is definitely going to take some time to build back up. You know how much we have to breathe.
So I know they had that mechanical deal all the time, but the race where he came back. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be up
so,
there, I'd say.
you know, I think realistically, I think that I should be the fastest rider in the conditions on Sunday, but I think that Ben and Josh are also thinking the same thing.
Sure.
You know, I want
What
to,
if
you know,
it rains
we
3
all want to
inches,
say
then we got to worry about Jordan liking mud.
Jordan
I
likes
mean,
the mud.
we all have to line up on Sunday thinking that we're going to win this event. So obviously, I want to say that I'm going to win this, but you know, as long as I'm on the podium, I'm happy. We got to make sure that we're in it for the long run, and I think this is my year for a championship. So I just got to be there.
You gotta
Yeah.
be there. I like it. And DQ, anything else?
I'm just trying to figure out how to start that hashtag burnouts for bonus points.
Burnouts for that's a long hashtag. That's a whole line.
Anybody got any nice red wine?
Let me talk to my wife.
boy.
Where is Carrie? We can talk about some rule changes
There
tonight.
we go. Listen,
And
Jeff Russell it hit me up the last couple rounds about coming and checking out the bourbon bar at my house.
Ooh, there you go.
I'll get Jeff some bourbon.
so we've already got Jeff
well, Jeff
taken
is
care of.
he's drank a little bit of that tonight.
So Jeff is taken care of
and
here.
then my wife has probably got 60 wine bottles
we
at home.
got this. We can get any rules
She
we want.
says I do. She says I do. It's
Yeah, there you go,
already-
Aaron.
it's
She's got
done.
the wine ready.
So she's got some nice red wine for Carrie. Tim
There we go.
Cotter, I'm not sure how we're going to get him on board.
I don't know.
But I can't be there for that conversation because he's automatically going to see me and he's going to be like, nope,
Nope.
whatever he's asking, no.
Absolutely not. That's good. That's good. We actually had Tim on this show at
Yeah,
Ironman a couple
yeah.
years ago. We
I,
always-
I,
was
I enjoy it.
hilarious.
With Tim, it's like a love-hate relationship. We both love to hate each other, but no, I have fun with him. He knows how to react to my
Shenanigans.
dumbassness. No,
Dumbassness.
it's more like just being a dumbass.
Hey, I'm in the same boat. But yeah, to your point, that was my point. I've talked to Carrie and Tim about that this year. That I was thankful for them like letting me be me, and I think they let Stu be Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I think that's good.
They really have. Like I know a few years ago, I got cracked down on for calling a trophy a dog bowl. Since then, everything has gone really well. They realized that I was just an idiot, and I was
Yeah.
going to continue saying the things that just came to mind.
Yeah.
I have no filter between here and
Well,
here.
they probably
That happened to us too.
yeah, they probably saw this tonight and they said, "Oh, great, DQ and Mikey are bringing Stu on. This is going to be a
This
PR
will be the
nightmare."
last episode of the bottleneck.
It's all in good fun, and I
Why
think
did you guys get reported from Facebook?
I know. I think that's part of it. Is hey, we gotta within reason, of course.
Yeah.
Everything's within reason.
A burnout box,
Burnout
even
box.
better.
Oh yeah.
Perfect, a burnout box.
What if we
Like
just
a
take a
burnout
piece of plywood and throw it on?
Listen.
They're just worried about their skid steer trailer.
Here's
Throw
the
a piece of
thing.
plywood on
There
it.
you go. See, that's another one.
Here's the thing.
It's a podium or a stage. You called it a skid steer.
Yeah, that's true. Listen. So what if we
Okay, I might have screwed up there.
listen? Dollars to
See,
donuts.
I have no filter between here and here. It just comes out.
Dollars to donuts. If we got a separate podium that was strictly for burnouts, guarantee you somebody will sponsor that.
There
Somebody
would be
will
a
sponsor
line.
that.
Oh man, there'd be a line to use that.
Hey, you gotta pour. Go ahead. Oh shit! I don't know what that was. All right, we got to wrap this thing up, or Facebook's gonna kick us off here in a few minutes. So, Stu, anything else you want to add? What do you think of that? It's pretty good. Larceny.
Pretty good. It just looked like you were thirsty. It's just helping you out.
My wife's gonna comment at you. Oh, definitely. That's fantastic.
I'll drive him home. It's okay.
I don't
We'll take the RV. If
There
you're
you
swerving
go.
an RV, they are never going to pull you over. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, he's driving a 60-foot rig.
It's true, exactly.
I feel bad for the guy.
DQ, anything else?
I'm good, man.
Stu, anything else? Let's do this. I think everybody out there knows where the hell to find you on social media.
If you don't
not,
follow me, please don't, because most likely you're a liberal, so just go on.
perfect. That sums it up.
So, if you're not here, this actually is the Iron Man. They're just calling it some other crap.
Hoosier. That's
so-
offensive to us.
Okay, sorry. It's the Hoosier, but this is really the Iron Man. So if you're not coming because it's not the Iron Man, it actually is the same place. So come on out, cheer us on. There is no Iron Man Hill, so find some other very cool to watch.
They need a big
Something to
mud
go
hole or
complain.
something.
That's
Something
what I want
tells
to
me
add in.
it'll
I just
still
fell
be
off track.
fun.
That's what I want to add in.
Yeah.
I heard you guys talking about Eccles and Bolton earlier. I'm chiming in.
We want a mud hole.
We want something fun for the
Yeah,
fans.
we need a big mud hole.
Because
All
this
right,
is
big
still
one.
the this is
Well, how
still
about
Iron Man.
the swamp right behind Pro Row here?
That would be fine, but it's too close to
It's-
Pro Row. You can be policed there.
Yeah, that's true.
The
You gotta
guys
play.
want to go out to where the FMF PowerPoint was last year. It's right off the backside of the start, and there's a perfect layup for you guys to run straight across it this year. Just run us up it, down it, however you want to do it.
Well, there's time to
it
make
fun.
adjustments.
There absolutely is. So if you're listening, let's roll with it.
There you go.
Don't question it. You heard it here first on the Bottleneck Live Show with Seat
What are we
Time
gonna
Shirt.
call
With
it?
the seat time shirt.
We're gonna call it the
The-
bottleneck.
There's a
Oh,
bottleneck.
yeah, the bottleneck.
Because
Jeez.
that's what it's going to call.
Yeah, there you
cause.
go.
So-
A bottleneck.
Very convenient.
Perfect. Well, Stu, thanks for coming on, dude.
Absolutely.
Always fun.
Anytime.
I gotta
Anytime.
thank Liam too there.
Thank you, Liam, for coming on.
Yeah, getting him
Love you,
all
dude.
tuned up to tell even more ridiculous.
I think I saw a
stories.
sheep trailer.
Thank you to Tom's Marine for hosting us tonight. Might be the last time they ever host us in here. I don't know. Hopefully, Lori, we love you. Thank you for having us.
Where'd
Thank you
she
for
go?
staying up. She had to go to bed.
She was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, she went to bed. Thank you to Fly Racing for sponsoring the show. I know that's not a Stu sponsor, but that's okay. That's okay.
All right. I'm here to throw you guys off.
I get it. That's fine. Thank you to Phoenix Handlebars. Visit them, phoenixhandlebars.com. Of course, 92 Crew. Check those guys out, 92crew.com, as well as Sickwicks, sickwicks.com. I got the hat on this weekend, Aaron Bannister. And who else?
Magna One.
Magna One Motorsports over there. Check those guys out.
What was the slogan from last week that you were?
Oh, it's right there. Let me see that real
Oh,
quick. Real
no.
fast.
I was hoping you would.
Real
remember.
fast. It is. Here it is. Here's the read. This is definitely something totally different.
I don't know what.
This is
that
about Rusty's A Factory Ride. I don't know how that
That's
ended
all.
up.
There it
Let me
is.
see
Here you
that.
go.
Here
Let's
it
go
is.
with that one.
It's too good not to read. I wrote this. I pulled it from their website. Where is it? Magna One. Go ahead. Push it. Push it real good. Premium oil, no spilling, lubrication needs for all your marine and power sports equipment. Magna One. Pour freedom. Pour Magna One.
There you go.